Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Now in material handling system we have already discussed different type of material handling equipment. We have also discussed about material handling procedures and what are the systems they are associated with total material handling system. Okay, and we have already discussed different type of material handling equipments. Either they are mobile, either they are stationary, either they are automated, either they are manually controlled. Now what we are going to study in this video, or we are going to see in this video, that is the auxiliary equipments, or you can say these auxiliary equipments as an attachment. Okay, so not only different type of equipments what we have already mentioned in earlier videos, what are actually used for different purpose, used to serve different purpose like transportation, conveyance, transference of materials, etc. But in this video what we are going to see that there are some special, or you can say some other type of equipments or gadgets are available in the field of material handling, which is not directly or independently used for movement of materials. So this type of equipments, they cannot be said as material handling equipment, but also since their number is very much high, and they are very efficient, they also function better and more versatile. And without these type of equipment, some of the conventional material handling equipment, they does not work very positively. So these type of equipments or gadgets, they are actually known as auxiliary material handling equipments. Now you have already know that in case of forklift truck or conveyor, or in case of crane, there are various attachments are available like hooks, grab stones, grab buckets, like these of things. There exist innumerable number of auxiliary equipments, and many of these are standard design and specification, and they are built by specialist manufacturers. So we are going to get to know some of these auxiliary equipments in details. So first we see what is the first of our auxiliary equipment, that is the gates. So in case of gates, if you know the term gate, at most basic level, a gate is nothing but an object which permits passage into or through an enclosure. Okay, so a gate is basically applied to the pneumatic conveying or material handling, and no different. At the most basic level, gates open and close a path of material flow. Most effective means of accomplishing this task is through the use of a sliding blade that moves across the gate for opening the block of a path of any kind of material flow. The basic shut-off gate consists of a thin blade which is enclosed inside the body. The body creates an enclosed space that can be opened and closed by the blade. And this type of gate is simple to construct and operate. However, it is not perfect and it can be used in a certain application. Now there are some other applications also available that demands the gate to be able for providing the seals against product leak, seals to prevent the pressure loss, or you can say vacuum loss, or special consideration to reduce the wears. Okay, so basically a simple sort of gate or simple slide gate, what you have known. See over here, there are three type of gates available, that is the slide gate, trough gate, and pivoted gate. Now in case of a simple shut-off gate, that is actually used to cover the leaks in a certain situation. Basically it performs its function if the material is coarse. That means in case of large enough to the breach the small gap inside the gate, in case of that at that time it is installed in a gravity feed line. Okay, if the material is fine and the line is under pressure, there will be leaks, and for this reason why a number of fine and other line under pressure and fine gates, other type of gates exist for pneumatic conveying and material handling application. Okay, now we are going to see what are different type of gates are available. That is number one, that is slide gate, which is nothing but a flat plate valve which slide in guides, and it is actuated by hand operated drag pinion or lever mechanism. this design, the design is simple, but it is under material load and it may be difficult to move gate. The sideways may be blocked and lump of the materials has a tendency to wedge in the gate when the gate is closed. Okay, these gate are therefore, you can say, generally used with small lumped or free flowing material and where the gate operation is very frequent. Then number 2 is trough gate, which consists of trough hinged at the topper outlet. Now when this trough is in raised position, it keeps the outlet closed, but when it is lowered, it allows the flows of material using the trough as a chute. Okay, through the gates, now what is chute we'll see later. Okay, now through the gates includes jamming and allow controls of flow. Its large height projecting below the hopper outlet and the force required for closing are the basic disadvantage of this type of trough gate. The last one, that is known as pivoted gate. Now in this pivoted gate, it is a part of a cylindrical plate pivoted about its horizontal axis, which can be pivoted easily up and down to close or open the hopper outlet. The gate may be made of 1 or 2 sectors. This type of gate can be operated with less effort but not good for controlling the material flow rate. Okay, so these are the basic terms of gates, and you can see this type of gates in any industrial area. Under the, basically you can see this type of gate at the end section of any kind of hopper. Okay, now we are going to move on to the our next auxiliary equipment, that is the feeders. Now in case of feeder, the powered feeder are used for continuous and controlled flow of bulk materials from a storage to a material handling equipment for a processing equipment. Okay, now bulk material feeders, they are generally installed near to the outlet of a material hopper and serve to unload the hopper in a controlled rate. Desired flow is achieved by varying the indefinitely rate of operation to the loading element. Generally, in mining process, the ore arrives intermediately and it requires a constant flow for further processing in the production line. Okay, now retrieving ore from primary storage requires feeders, otherwise ore will not flow evenly through any kind of gate mechanism. Surge bins are required for at the different points in the process chain, as they serve as a convenient holding arrangement to receive all the intermediate feed to act as a temporary storage unit. You can say that surge bin can be described as a large bin above the crusher into which the ore is dumped prior to being discharged into the primary crusher. Okay, now this type of feeder and efficient feeding process is nothing but where the distance travel is short and in which the close regulation of rate of passage is done. A feeder typically would consist of a small bin which may be an integral part of a large bin with a gate and a conveyor. The feeding mechanism regulates the passage of ore through the bin. Okay, there are different type of feeders available and all of these feeders are basically differentiated on the basis of the properties of the material like lump size, flowability, specific weight, also the flow rate, hopper shape, etc. So you can see the major type of feeders, which are the belt feeders, then apron feeder, then screw feeders, oscillating feeder, vibrating feeder, and rotary disc feeders. So belt feeder, they are small in length, flat belt conveyor, and the working condition and the working side of the belt is being supported by closely spaced idle rollers and no support for the return belt. The conveyor is provided with stationary skirt board and belt speed is generally kept in low. Now the belt feeder is just put just below the outlet of the hopper with a flow control valve which regulates the flow. Now belt feeders are used for granular, small sized and less often for the medium lump material. You can see on the left hand side, top left hand side, there are two type of belt feeder is available. One is horizontal belt feeder, another is inclined belt feeder. Now it is similar to the belt feeder. There is another type of feeder available, that is the apron feeder, which may be installed horizontal or inclined, where the belt feeder is replaced Now this apron feeder is directly placed under the outlet of a hopper without any valve. The speed of the feeder is indefinitely variable from 0.05 to 0.25 meter per second to control the discharge flow rate. This type of feeder is generally used for heavy, medium to large size of material. Another type of feeder, what we have already said or mentioned, that is the screw feeder, that are used for materials which do not deteriorate on crushing. These are the essentially small length screw conveyors where a special type of feeders have been associated, and when we have already discussed the pneumatic conveyor, we have already mentioned about this type of screw feeders. Another one feeder or another type of feeder you can see, that is the oscillating feeder, where which is actually consists of horizontal or slightly declined table with sideboards placed below the hopper outlet. The table is given a reciprocating motion at a frequency ranging from 20 to 60 strokes per minute, and in forward motion it carries some of the material forward, and in case of return stroke the material cannot go back due to the dam of the material from the hopper and therefore spills over the front edge of the table. The next one and the most important one is the vibrating feeders, which actually consist of trough or tube mounted on a stiff base frame with springs in between to convey the bulk material through vibration. Inclination and stiffness of the spring determines the vibration angle and the position of the resonance. The feeding of the material takes place on the microtrough principle. This feeder can be differentiated into two types. One is the electromagnetic vibrating feeder, where the frequency of vibration is 50 Hz and the feeding rate is controlled by vibration amplitude by controlling the voltage across magnet through a controller. And another one is the mechanical vibrating feeder, either direct force exciter or unbalanced motor exciters are used. Now this direct force exciter comprises of two shafts fitted with unbalanced masses rotated in opposite direction through a set of gears and generate a linear motion. And another system, unbalanced motor exciter system, two unbalanced motors are used for each feeder for generating linear motion. In both systems, both amplitude and frequencies varied simultaneously by varying the speed of the exciter motion. Now these vibro feeder are available for either base mold mounting, suspension mounted arrangement, or this feeder can handle all type of bulk solid from very large lump to fine grain. Another feeder is available that is known as disc feeder, which consists of a motor driven disc shaped treble and a telescopic spout fitted with the outlet of the hopper and a scraper blade which can be readily fed in or out on the disc. Okay, the table is rotated slowly. Telescopic spout is adjusted to keep the desired gap between spout and the table, and then the blade is adjusted in the position to allow the material flow. Okay, and there is another type of feeders available, that is the bowl feeder, which is nothing but a vibrating bowl and small feeding components are associated. The next what we are going to discuss, that is the chutes. Chutes are nothing but an inclined connection between two system or material handling equipment or production equipment in form of trough. Okay, now in case of chute, in material handling, warehousing and fulfillment, material has to be moved from one place to another. A conveyor is a type of transport unit of which there are many types. Now the conveyor, in case of a conveyor, there are chutes are used in case of bulk handling to perform a variety of operations. In particular, the loading of a belt conveyor and the transfer of material from one moving belt to another belt are very important tasks. Such operations are widely used for transport of both coarse grain materials as well as the fine powders. Now, chutes are nothing but a good mechanically created equipment which acts between two conveying system. It may connect to conveying mechanism or to process equipment may be installed between one material handling equipment. Now, depending on the loads to be handled, it can be different types. One is the trough chute, and for bulk material, rectangular or round shaped troughs are used. Now this may be lined by cast iron, hard plated or glass tiles for abrasive materials. Then there is the pipe chutes, which are used for dusty or liquid materials. Now swinging pipes is used to distribute the material along with a circular path. Another one is the ladders and spiral chutes, which are used to lower the loads vertically. Then there is transfer slides, which are used to roll the unit load of round shape down an incline by gravity. They generally comprise of two rigid guides made of round or profiled steel. Okay, now basically in case of designing of chutes, basic 5 objectives you must to understand. And the number one is to guide the material on a conveyor belt at the speed of the belt in the direction of belt travel is a very important objective for designing these chutes. Then you have to also consider about the elimination of material spillage. Then you have to consider about the enclosing of material dribbles. You have to consider about the enclosing of material from operating personnel and the dust liberations. Now, chutes are nothing but the transfer point in a material handling plant. They often demand more attention and they can be source for more downtime than the conveyor equipment that precedes to follow them. Okay, ideally the chutes are designed first and then the plant equipment and structures are placed around them. So it is a very important part for any kind of chutes for any kind of material handling system design. Although chutes have a common purpose, they have to accommodate a wide variety of material characteristics. Minerals are found distributed in many different geological areas. In addition, each geological deposit is often contains minerals with different properties. However, this type of chutes is available and this type of chutes is easily used for this type of material handling equipment this type of material handling system, and for specific material handling system purposes. Okay, the next one what we are going to discuss, actually next two, that is one is the positioners, or you can say the positioning materials or positioning equipments. So basically positioning is defined to the task of orienting material into the workplace or a point of use. Okay, so in case of a material handling at workplace, positioning is conventionally a manual operation performed by the operator at the processing equipment. The purpose of positioner is to perform the positioning operation independent of the operator as well as better, and thus achieve increased production. Depending on the product and processing needs, various manufacturers design and fabricated the desired positioners in-house. Most of the fixtures are used for workplace, also used as a positioner for the jobs. Some of the standard positioner equipment, you can say they are universal vise, which can be tilted horizontally or vertically, or may be positioned at any orientation through the ball and socket joint. There are welding positioners which are made as a standard equipment for large and small job and consist of simple to complex mechanism. There is turning roll positioner, there is again magnetic bench positioner, then there is elevating platform which can also act as a positioner for a tall job where manual work like welding, cabling, fitting, this type of thing has to be done. Okay, now the next thing what we are going to discuss, that is the positioning table, which are essential tables of which the height can be adjusted to hold a job at level at which it can be manipulated easily. Now you can see there is another type of equipment which is available, that is actually known as ball table. Now this ball table consists of a group of ball transfer over which any flat surfaced object may be moved or manipulated easily at any direction. Now this ball transfer table, basically this ball transfer table are for direction change in a conveyor section or for turning and general moving of packages at workplaces. Transported goods are only supported by the roller balls and needed to have a flat, hard and stable clean basis, and the smallest article must lie on at least 3 of the roller ball in lines. So basically minimum length and the width is the 3 times of the ball distances. Now this ball transfer table can also be supplied in alternative lengths, widths and ball distances intervals. Basically this ball transfer table, they are actually a device in which larger steel balls is mounted and retained on a hemispherical seat lined with smaller steel balls. You can see that there is another type of table which is known as caster table, which also serves the same objective, in which the ball transfer are substituted with casters like skate like of wheels. Ball tables are actually used for section in roller, belt or similar conveyors for changing the direction of the objects. You can see different type of this auxiliary material and their working, and I have given the link in the description of this video. So coming to the closure of this video, so what we have already studied about the auxiliary equipment. Now in case of auxiliary equipment, if we say that these equipments actually perform some certain functions of the material handling system, which is actually used as an attachment to some of the important material handling equipment. Okay, now this type of equipment, the basic principle of some of the common auxiliary equipments is giving advantage or producing advantage and efficiency of the material handling system. So the first one, what we have already discussed, that is the gate, which are used in conjugation with various bulk material storage hoppers to close or open the outlet and adjust the discharge of material in batches from the hoppers. So according to the principle of operations, basically they are divided into slide gate, trough gate and pivoted gate. Then we have discussed about the feeders. Now these feeders are used for continuous and controlled flow of bulk material for storage to material handling equipment or a processing equipment. Desired flow is achieved by varying the indefinitely rate of operation of a loading element, and major type of feeders are basically belt feeder, apron feeder, screw feeder, oscillating feeder, vibrating feeder and rotary disc feeder. Okay, the next one what we have discussed, that is the chutes. Now chutes is nothing but connection between two material handling system or equipment in case of a production system, which actually is a form of a trough in a definite geometrical cross section of pipes which convey unit or bulk load by gravity. There are different type of chutes are available, like trough, pipes, ladders or spiral chutes, then transfer slides. Then there is the positioners, which can be defined as the orienting materials in the workpiece at a point of use, and to satisfy the efficiency in case of a material handling at workplace. The positioning holders, they can be basically mostly fixtures. They are used as a position holders, and they can be universal vice, holding positioner, then elevating platform. Then last of all, we have discussed about the ball table, which is actually consists of a group of ball transfer over which any flat surface object may be moved or manipulated very easily at any direction. So thank you for watching this video. Please write to me under the comment section if you find any problem regarding this. Please like this video. Please share this video also, and subscribe my channel by clicking this icon. Also keep watching my channel for more and more video. Thank you.